Okay, so I just want to make a very chill video because I can't make any risky videos for now, especially since I just got a strike recently. So we're gonna stop with the very controversial videos for now because I really don't want to get another strike. So for this video, we're just gonna talk about Princess Lover. And yeah, I'm not gonna go in depth into it. I'm not gonna show any like naughty scenes or raunchy scenes. Actually, what you're seeing right now is just simple gameplay footage. So yeah, this is just gonna be a very chill video, and we're gonna talk about Princess Lover. So, um, to those who don't know, Princess Lover is a visual novel. It was written by Rikota, a very famous artist, not really artist, author. He also did what is the name of that one? The horse riding thing. Walk Romance. It also has the same artists. I think the artist for this one is actually I don't remember. I think it was Yoshi Huma, or no, it was Komori K. Komori K was the artist for the original Princess Lover visual novel. So anyway, yeah, visual novel. Princess Lover started off as a visual novel, and then from there, it had adaptations of an anime. It got an anime adaptation, it got a manga adaptation, a light novel adaptation, and surprisingly enough, a hentai adaptation. And it is the only, I repeat, it is the only official anime with an official hentai tied to it. The other thing that I could think of is probably Liberator Kite, but nobody watches that. So, as of now, it is the only anime with a hentai spin-off. That is ridiculously rare. That is like 0.1% rare. That's how rare the situation is. And it makes you wonder, will we ever have a Princess Lover situation? Will we ever have a situation where an anime will get its own hentai spin-off? And that's kind of weird because when you think about it, at least recently with shows like Rido of Healer and Mushoku Tensei, we're already going into the line. We're already breaching the line between hentai and anime, especially with Rido of Healer. Like, oh my gosh, that show is just so raunchy. I made a video about it. It cards on the top here. So yeah, it's just so raunchy now that it could already apply as hentai. But that goes to that's still kind of a rare occurrence. It's not every day you get to see something raunchy as Rido of Healer all the time. And yes, we get TV hentai, but that's totally different. And those are just original hentai at its own, and it doesn't stand at its own anime. So Princess Lover, I think, is probably the only franchise that actually does this. I mean, it has a anime which is harem romance whatever, and then also has a manga which is full on ecchi, and then it has a light novel which is purely romance, and of course a visual novel, but that's the source material. We're not going to get into that. And then the hentai, which focuses on Sylvia, the blonde hair knight princess girl from the series. And yeah, I'm really not sure why we don't get more Princess Lover, what do you call this? Princess Lover situations. Like, when can we ever have an anime with a hentai spin-off ever again? And when I think about it, it's actually possible for a lot of series to have a hentai spin-off. For example, Shinmai Mao no Testotamento. That one can have its own hentai spin-off, because after departures, after the anime movie, it goes straight on just full on just sex scenes and stuff. So yeah, that has a possibility of doing the Princess Lover situation. It can do that. It can just pull it off properly. High School DxD, I don't think it could pull that off. It's probably not possible. Domestic Girlfriend, probably not, because it already works as a drama. Toraburu, a lot of people wanted a hentai adaptation for this one. We still don't know if we'll ever get one, but we already get a 3D version from Marmalade Star, but that is not official. If we're talking about official adaptations, then yeah, Princess Lover is the only one there. Unless we get another show with the same situation. But when will we ever get something like that? Because we. Okay, so one problem why we'll probably never get something like that is because of studios. So, anime studios are not. It's not the same as a hentai studio, and hentai studios can't actually become just an anime studio. Of course, 8-bit can do it, and Studio 7 can also do it, but doing it at the same time is kind of difficult. The Princess Lover thing is kind of difficult. So the anime for Princess Lover was made by Gohans, Studio Gohans, and these, if you know them, they're the ones who made K, which is a great show, and Handshakers, which is a shit show. So, yeah, so this is just Gohan's thing, but for some reason, Hood's Entertainment also gained license to make their own adaptation for this one, and they made the hentai version. And now there are two versions of Princess Lover, and the hentai version is a spin-off. Is it a official spin-off? Yes, because it's made from the same author, it's from the same adaptation, it pretty much has everything that tells you that it's a hentai spin-off. It's the only hentai spin-off ever in existence. So yeah, studios. I don't know if we ever get a situation like this, is it going to be one studio or is it going to be two studios that are going to do this? And yeah, it's very difficult. I really don't know if they're ever gonna pull this off. For example, in Shinmai Mao no Testamento or in Toraburu. But if they do manage to pull it off, then great. Like seriously, that is amazing. If they can do that, then they can do anything. But again, the second problem we have is adapting the thing itself. Princess Lover is clever in a way that there are different heroines in the series. There are one, two, three, four. I think there were 5, if I remember correctly. There are 5 heroines, and the hentai version only adapted Sylvia's route. So they were able to adapt one character's route without having to rely a lot in the anime. So, if it's a visual novel style, you can definitely pull off the anime hentai spin-off. But if it's like an ongoing series that, it started off as an anime, I don't think it can work. Firstly, which ones will you adapt? And if you adapt those, will that be crucial to the story? And a lot of since it's going to be official, then a lot of people will say it's going to be canon and people will watch it. But it's hentai and not a lot of people is allowed to watch hentai, even though, secretly they actually do. The point is, which one are you going to choose? It's very difficult to make a hentai out of an official series. It's difficult to make an official, pardon my words, official hentai from an official anime series. It's much easier to make it from a visual novel. In fact, a lot of hentai have been made from visual novels alone. What do you call this? Kanojo started off as a visual novel, and it's very funny actually. Rance is the same thing. It's an RPG eroge kind of game, and it started off as an eroge, a visual novel, and it became an eroge. But it can also pull off an anime. So, visual novels, it can do whatever the hell they want. They can do an anime, they can do a manga, they can do a hentai. The problem is, if it starts off as an anime and then you make a hentai out of it, it's kind of difficult. Manga, yes, it's possible. Tankobons are proof of that. But not just tankobons. There are series like Akisora that started off as just, your plain old manga. And it got an adaptation. As to if it's an anime or a hentai, that is up for debate. But it still got its own adaptation. Now, the manga itself also crosses the border between safe and just hentai, but they were still able to get an adaptation. So yeah, that's the two So that's the two conflicts that we're getting into. So the studios and the form of adaptation. Now the third one, because there's got to be a third one, because why the hell wouldn't there be a third one? Now the third one is, who's going to write it? Now you can get the source material from the original. For example, if you're getting it from the visual novel, you can just get it there and just adapt that. But the problem is, who's going to write the whole thing? If we say the anime and the hentai are going to be two separate things, who's going to write the spin-off? If it's an anime only thing, who's going to write for the spin-off? Is it going to be the author of the original anime? Or is it going to be a different person who's just a fan of the series and wants to make a hentai adaptation of this? So yeah, who's going to work for it? Who's going to direct it? Who's going to write for it? It's very difficult to get another situation like Princess Lover, and I'm just glad that this exists, because this is a really good example of adapting literally anything into anything. And that's why I love anime, actually. That's why I love manga, I love visual novels, I love light novels, I love freaking hentai. But yeah, that's why I love these kinds of media, because it can be anything, literally anything. Anything is possible. If you think it, it exists. It's kind of like Rule 34. If it exists, there is born of it. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about a little bit about Princess Lover, and just, this is just a chill video anyway. It's not anything to think about. There's no moral to the story. It's just something I wanted to share. But yeah, I just wanted to share that. I don't know how to end this video. Why am I so bad at ending videos recently? But yeah, bye guys.